Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. This is not a feel-good video. This is about 7 rules that decide one thing only. In 2026, do you control your life? Or does life control you? Because unstoppable people are not special. They don't wake up motivated. They don't have superpowers. They simply live by rules most people ignore. Let me ask you something real. How many of you promised yourself that this year would be different, and somehow it turned into the same year with a new calendar? Shame. Shame. Alarm. Same phone scrolling. Same I'll start next week. Same feeling at night like I was busy all day. But what did I actually build? That's not laziness. That's autopilot. An autopilot feels safe until you look back and realize 5 years disappeared while you were getting ready. And here's the uncomfortable truth nobody tells you. If you don't design your future, someone else will happily do it for you. Your boss, your algorithm, your bills, your comfort zone. I once met a young guy, smart, hardworking, always busy. He told me proudly, "I work 12 hours a day." I said, "That's impressive. But tell me, who are you becoming?" He laughed. He didn't know. Being busy is not the same as moving forward. A treadmill also moves all day, but it never goes anywhere. Let me tell you about a famous example. When Netflix was just starting, Blockbuster laughed at them. Blockbuster had stores everywhere, money everywhere, power everywhere. Netflix had DVDs and envelopes, but Netflix owned one thing Blockbuster didn't: their future thinking. Blockbuster protected the present. Netflix built the next decade. You know the ending. Here, the first rule you must live by if you want to be unstoppable in 2026. Stop waiting for permission to become who you want to be. Most people are waiting to feel confident, waiting for the right time, waiting for approval, waiting for someone to say, "Yes, now you're ready." Let me be honest with you, nobody is coming. No email will arrive saying, "Congratulations. You are officially allowed to chase your dream." Think about it. When was the last time you felt ready for anything important? Ready for your first job? Ready to fail publicly? Ready to start from zero? Never yet you survived to everything you once feared. A friend of mine wanted to start a small online business. Nothing crazy, just a simple idea. He spent 2 years watching videos, taking notes, planning logos, rewriting goals. 2 years. Another person, less talented, less prepared, started in 2 weeks, failed fast, looked stupid, learned faster. Guess who's winning now? Readiness is a lie. Comfort tells you to keep you exactly where you are. Look at famous people you admire. Before Rihanna was a global icon, she was rejected again and again. Before Kevin Hart filled stadiums, he was booed off stages. Before creators built million-dollar brands from their bedrooms, they posted videos nobody watched. They didn't wait to feel unstoppable. They acted, and unstoppable showed up later. In 2026, the world will move even faster. Skills will expire faster. Trends will disappear faster. Attention will be more expensive than money. If you wait, you lose by default. Owning your future starts with a simple shift. You stop asking, "What if it doesn't work?" and start asking, "What if I stay the same?" Because staying the same is the most dangerous risk of all. Let me tell you something most people won't like. Hard work is no longer rare. Everyone is busy. Everyone is tired. Everyone says they're grinding. So if everyone is working hard, why are so few people winning? Because effort without direction is just exhaustion. That brings us to the second rule you must live by if you want to be unstoppable in 2026. Stop confusing movement with progress. Let me make this painfully clear. If you run fast in the wrong direction, you don't arrive sooner. You just get tired faster. That's what most lives look like. I see people wake up early, rush through traffic, answer messages all day, attend meetings they don't care about, come home drained, and say, "I worked so hard today." Yes. But did you move your life forward, or just survive another day? Here's a simple test. Ask yourself, if I repeat today 300 times, does my life change? If the answer is no, you're busy, not progressing. Let me give you a relatable example. Someone says, "I want to get in shape." So they buy shoes, watch workout videos, follow fitness pages, talk about diets. Months pass, nothing changes. Another person trains 3 times a week. Same boring routine and quietly transforms. Same goal, different focus. Progress is boring. Noise is exciting. That's why most people choose noise. Another one. People say they want more money, so they work more hours at the same job with the same skills for the same pay and call it ambition. That's not growth. That's repetition. Unstoppable people don't ask, how can I do more? They ask what actually moves the needle. One skill that compounds. One project that builds leverage. One habit that changes the trajectory. Everything else is secondary. When Elon Musk was building Tesla, people criticized him nonstop. He spent years working insane hours. But here's the thing. He didn't just work hard. He focused only on what actually moved Tesla forward. Engineering breakthroughs, battery tech, and scaling production. Not press, not social media debates, not unnecessary meetings. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your calendar tells the truth about your future. If your days are filled with urgent but meaningless tasks, your life will feel busy and empty at the same time. In 2026, information will be unlimited. Opportunities will be everywhere. Distraction will be constant. The people who win will be the ones who can say this matters. This doesn't. So, here's the rule. In simple words, if it doesn't build your future, it doesn't deserve your best energy. Here's a truth most people never face. Most people quit right before things start working. It's insane, but it happens every day. They're tired, they're frustrated, and they think, this is too hard. I'll try something else. Meanwhile, someone else keeps going, and suddenly, they're unstoppable. This is rule 3. Push past the point where most people give up. Let me hit you with some examples. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in his garage. 4 years, people laughed. Investors doubted him. Profit tiny. The first decade was brutal. Most would have quit. Most did, but he didn't. He pushed. When everyone else stopped, he kept building. And today, Amazon owns the future. Here's another one. You know, before BTS was a global phenomenon, they were trainees in South Korea. Long hours, low pay, constant criticism. Many idols quit before debut because it felt impossible. BTS, they didn't. They pushed past the pain, the rejection, the uncertainty. Now they sell out stadiums worldwide. Even in the creator world, Mr. Beast posted videos that nobody watched for years. Most people would have quit after the first 100 failures. He didn't. He pushed. The moment most quit is when success is quietly waiting. This happens in everyday life. 2. You try a business, a skill, or a project. You fail on, say, twice, 3 times. You're tired. You start comparing yourself to others. Tend you kid. Meanwhile, someone else fails 4, 5, 6 times, and suddenly they're winning. Here's the brutal truth. Success loves persistence, and the reason most people quit isn't lack of talent. It's lack of belief that the next step matters. They underestimate how close they actually are. Let me give you a relatable example. A friend of mine was learning to code. Those months in, he was ready to quit. Too hard? I'll never get a job. I told him, push 1 more week, 1 more project, 1 more small win. He did. That week led to a portfolio. That portfolio led to freelance gigs. That led to a full-time job. Rule 3 is simple. The point where you feel like quitting is exactly where you need to push hardest. Famous people knew this. Netflix kept mailing DVDs when everyone laughed. J.K. Rowling kept writing after dozens of rejections. Elon Musk kept building rockets when everyone said it was impossible. And here's the kicker. The world doesn't reward the talented who give up. It rewards the determined who refuse to quit. Here's something most people never realize. Failure isn't the enemy. The real enemy is how you react to failure. This is rule 4. Make your mind unstoppable, not just your actions. Let me explain. Most people freak out when things go wrong. One mistake and they panic. One rejection, and they quit. One bad day, and they decide their future is over. Unstoppable people, they see failure as fuel. Think about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He was cut from the Canadian Football League. Most people would have quit and gone home. He didn't. He went to wrestling, then acting. 10 business. Each failure was a stepping stone, not a stop sign. Or Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She was rejected by 200 investors. Most people would have said, "This isn't for me." She didn't. She pushed. Today, she's a billionaire. Even creators follow the same rule. Think of PewDiePie. He uploaded videos that nobody watched for months. People laughed. Critics mocked. He didn't let it break him. He let it build him. Here's the lesson. Your mind is a machine. Feed it doubt, and it stops. Feed it persistence, and it becomes unstoppable. Let me make it real-life relatable. A friend of mine started streaming online. First month, 0 viewers. Second month, 10. Third month, 50. He felt like quitting. I told him, if you quit now, you'll never know how close you are. He stayed consistent. 6 months later, he had thousands of followers. Unstoppable people understand a secret most ignore. Your failure today is your foundation for success tomorrow. But here's the catch. You have to act like it. You have to reframe every loss as a lesson, not a verdict. Every setback is a step forward if you let it be. And it's not just big failures. Even small ones count. Miss a deadline. Learn faster next time. Get rejected for a job. Improve your pitch. Your first few attempts at a skill, embrace them. Don't fear them. That's why mindset matters more than talent. Talent can get you noticed. Mindset gets you results. And in 2026, with the world moving faster than ever, results are all that matter. Why? Because they're stuck in their own bubble, scrolling, worrying, or waiting for the perfect moment. This is Rule 5. Surround yourself with the right people and the right opportunities, and ignore the rest. Let me explain. Look at Elon Musk again. He didn't build Tesla alone. He teamed up with people who were smarter than him in areas he wasn't. He sought opportunities where others saw risk.